Most people are trying to change their results. I am focusing on changing who I am. I mean, I'm not starting from zero. I have a career. I'm married and we have four boys who are watching how I handle pressure. I feel ambitious. I have so much I want to do and I feel responsible. And I know I am capable of more. And I'm not talking about hustle, not more hustle, more alignment. So instead of chasing outcomes, I am building identity. As I love to say, awareness repeated daily becomes identity. And identity determines what we're able, what you're able to hold. And this channel is about evolving in real time inside real life. And my life is colorful. So I've been married since 20 2004, and we have four boys. I have an adult in the house. Yes, and a late teen and two young ones that uh they look like twins. So I'm excited because I always wanted twins, but that was not, that's that's another thing for another time. But there's so much. There's activities. One of my boys plays like at a top level in a sport. The other ones are into their thing. I have one that is like every opportunity he wants to kick a ball. Every spare thing. Like my house is like not in the house. So it's like I have all these things, and then you have the school, the school run, and like all these things happening. And then being some like we're very actually traditional in the sense that like I want to make sure that what we're eating, like it is we know where it's coming from. Like I don't want processed food. No, like fizzy drink is like once a week in my household, except when I'm feeling sorry for myself, like I get for myself and all that. And then having to deal with all so many things. Like my younger ones don't have technology right now, personal technology. They have um an X5 now where they worked for in terms of like creating their own income to make that. So yeah, over the weekend they do that. I just say like my family is busy. There's a lot going on, going here, doing this. And they do help because me like cleaning now, everyone has chores and we're doing all those things, but making sure managing all those things, managing energy and different characters and different things. So that aspect is, the responsibility on there is top notch. And then you now talk about my career. My career, I'm a freelance sign language interpreter. And the demands of that freelance mean I have to go looking for work. I have to like when the jobs are out, look at what's available, say yes or nay, I can or cannot. Like this is what the deal is. Like all those things is where I'm at. So it's not like, oh, I go one place and then I'm out. No. So I'm searching, doing, and then invoicing, sending out the proof that I've done the job. So there's so much mechanism that's going into there. He's looking at, okay, this is how much I want to like make and cover for the week. I have to make sure that that's happening. So life in that side, like again, the responsibility of doing that and making sure we are that all those things are met, all those things are there. And I love my work. I love the opportunity to be in spaces that not necessarily I'll be at. Having the opportunity to interpret for the late Her Majesty the Queen of England. Like who could say like I've met her, like I waved my hand for her and all those things. It's an honor, right? Or being in like I remember doing a job in a minus, ah gosh, was it like is it minus 30 degrees. I had to like suit it up and glue to go into this deep freezer to explain to this person what their role is and like having like where would I have had the opportunity to experience things like that? Be in a room where someone's about to bring a soul to this world. I actually have one of my favorite one. I did that on my birthday, one of my birthdays, and it was just kind of like, happy birthday to me and you. Yeah. So like I love what I do. I love what I've been able to achieve in the career that I'm in and the opportunity and what it has actually helped me to get to this point in my life and what I've been able to like anchor in. So I'm so grateful for the profession. I'm grateful it gave me the stability, it gave me skill, it gave me opportunity to like sharpen and develop who I am. And at the same time, I know that there is more in me than the rooms that I walk into. And that desire to want to do more. I I love the opportunity to just speak. And when I've like had converse like when I've spoken and stuff like that, and you can see people's eyebrows raised like, huh, I never thought about that. Well, I didn't see that. I'm like, yeah, like those moments bring me joy. They're like, it's such an anchor to being someone like spark something in someone like, oh my goodness, that thing you said has just been ringing in my ears. Like I just like I'm evolving real time because of this practice you shared with me or this thing you've done. Me coaching and just seeing people evolve, seeing when we started and seeing how they go, that is where I see myself doing more of. That's what I want. Like being like when I have done like run challenges or done training, and you can see people starting out being unsure or not holding space for themselves. And then by the end of it, you can just see them anchored in themselves, even if it's that small shift of owning and that's like, yeah, I did that. Like for them, like them saying that for themselves. Like that's where I'm moving towards, and that's the desire of that which I want, you know? Having to be able to like just wake up in the morning and just get notifications. They've been sale overnight while you were sleeping. You've been making this kind of money. Like, I want me some of that. Like that, having that financial freedom of not having to be like, okay, I need to do this quarter, I need to do this and do that to make that happen is where I am looking to the flexibility of just being able, like now, I've gotten to the point where I have to make that conscious decision like, you know what, I'm going to be and do the things that like when my kids are doing stuff, I want to be there. Because I always thought like, man, I have to take every job under the sun. I had like that was like my belief at the time that that's the only way. But when I became started becoming intentional about this is what I want to be present for or to do or whatever, did the work start showing up around it, the abundance start happening. And that took time to get to that level because in the beginning I thought, no, I have to. So I was missing out on significant things with my kids at the time. And now it's a case of like, no, we're not like we've evolved from that. We're moving from that. And I really want to create more authority in the sense that seen as a thought leader as well, or like being like, yes, we invite you to come and share those few words with us and come and do that, like whatever that is. Those are the things that I desire and the things that I want moving forward for me. So yeah, so speaking more like really coaching at that high level, doing that, having to build income that doesn't limit me by the hours that I deliver, that is just there. Having that time freedom without actually abandoning my responsibility is where I'm at as well. That's kind of like where I am evolving and moving towards. That's the desire. And this version of me that I want to create someone who actually makes at least 20 grand a month consistently. That's the level I want to get in. That's who I want to be. I want to be someone that is invited to come and speak. It's not something I have to go and source after, like, or can I, like, no, Nene, would love for you to come and speak to our, this 1,000 plus people, this group of us, like this, like whatever that is, this organization is like, let's partner and collab and create something. That's the desire. That's the thing, who just passively earns income. And while doing that, my my nervous system is on a whole different level. We're able to just manage has like oneself, being able to make decisions so differently than I am currently am. Going in from that survivor to that abundant state, like, I am on par. Like I regulate the pressure differently. How I see those things is on a whole different level than having this crunch of, oh, I need to do this, so I have to, like it's there. It's being, like so I like trusting myself so differently on a whole different level. Yeah. And having this awareness, because it's all about the awareness plus the repetition. It brings the identity, right? So this is the awareness of that which I want and what I am becoming and wanting to evolve into. This is the desire that I want. Because with the awareness, right? If I am rehearsing doubt daily in how I show up every single day, that means I am building an identity of doubt. That's what's going to show up. And if I'm rehearsing authority daily, rehearsing a person who's abundance daily, who's magnetic, are we building that identity of someone who's magnetic, who has the authority, and who's that? That's where I am moving towards, and that's where um I I I want to evolve into, with everything I have, with all the responsibility, with everything that is going on with me, with the crunch, with the opportunity, and knowing that, you know what, everything I need is within me now and within my reach. And I get to create, I get to anchor in and build that muscle of knowing that that which I desire is possible. Because I have four human beings that's watching and seeing. And how am I relating? How am I sharing and supporting them in their own part as well? And it's having this thing I do every single day where I want that balance between the flow and the fire, like what I am currently doing right now, the work that is bringing the sustaining, that is supporting, that is like help, like making sure things are flowing, and the fire, the hunger and desire that I want, that which I am doing, the presence that I'm showing, and the work that I'm building and like have I was going to say incantation and the structures that I'm putting in place to make sure that this desire comes to pass, and leaving that place of that urgency of like now. I was having a conversation with my husband, and the realization of sometimes I could be impatient because I want it now. I want the whole stuff now. And I think this is why being on this space and committing to like showing up here every single day for the next year is actually showing me like what sustainable, like consistency and the desire in a long form can look like. Because now, when I am not getting that traction yet, I'm able to course correct and able to adjust and change and find my voice and find my style or find what that is for me as I'm evolving into that. So that when the time comes and the traction starts happening, I am ready. I am anchored and I am supported or the structures or the pillars are in place and things are like done and are ready, that's where I'm evolving to. And that's kind of like what this space is about. So I'm not quitting life or reinventing myself. Far from it. I am just evolving inside it. The life I'm in right now, evolving as I go along. I am not abandoning it. I still have the responsibility. I'm still a mother, a wife, and those comes with things that I have to do every day, like making sure I'm like they're fed, they're dressed, things in the house are there. Like, do we have enough supplies or what's left? Okay, I need to get this, like all that's still happening. And by so doing and by evolving, I am doing it. So if you're building something meaningful for yourself as well, while carrying so many responsibility, and that's the thing, we see people who just have the luxury of time or resources on their hands, and then we feel like, oh, we can't because of what we're carrying. We can. Whatever the desire and whatever it is that we're carrying, if you're having the real responsibilities yourself, if you're having to feel like you're juggling or whatever that is, yeah, I want you to come document this with me, like with, with you as well, like how we are evolving into that which we desire while still living and handling responsibility that we have to hold. And yeah, it is time to become that which we desire as we practice this in real time. Nene here. We do this every single day. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.